guys. You guys helped us. We are very, very grateful. They did it, and they did it so well. Nenye easy, because in our letters to all these parties, we told them that we are expecting at least between 60,000 and 100,000. That was our estimated number. So when you go through our letters, you see it. Oh, we are expecting within 60,000 to 100,000. Police, same thing. Fire service, same thing. Ambulance, same thing. But then on the day, it became enormous. In fact, those who were standing on the freedom and justice thing, they were able to give us those footages. What? Crazy. One lady said, "We here one angle pay, one angle pay." That lady is crazy. We have one angle pay. You share numbers, no, and the numbers there, we were overwhelmed.
Ride or drive with Shaxi. Download the Shaxi ride-hailing app and sign up as a driver or rider. Get Shaxi today from the Google Play and Apple App Store today.
Well, finally, it feels good to be back on the seats once again. It feels good to come update you guys. It was yesterday that we wanted to do this, but unfortunately, because we had some challenges with our internet connection in the office here at Soltum, it became very difficult for us to do that. But time is now up for me to do it. Once again, I wanted to do this the live way so we could all interact. You share ideas, you bring in your commentaries and all. But once again, unfortunately, Telecel came to our office, checked one or two, and they have still promised us. I think one of our polls has fallen, and that is the main challenge we have on our hand now. But they have given us the promise that they will fix it, so we are waiting for them to fix it. Then with that, we will be good to go. So once again, we're going the editorial way, we're going the Shatta movement report way, and we're going the Sammy Flex way, where I get the opportunity to share what I want to share with you. And I want you to join me on this journey. I have a lot to say. At least among all the various things that happened on the day, I've picked about some 10 salient ones that I want to share with you. So be with me on this journey. Get some chilled Coke, water, or whatever you love drinking. Just get it by your side, cross your leg, and get some bestie beside you, and let's join this journey. I know it is going to be a roller coaster. You guys are going to enjoy everything in there and more. I'm not doing this alone. I'm doing this with my team of producers. Theophilus de Gosh handling my camera for me. Let me also say big shouts to Sammy who will be doing the editing alongside Gerald. And these are the guys putting together the pieces. Remember, we do this for God and Country. We do this for Shatta Movement. We do this for Shagzy, where you have to download the app now and start using the service of Shagzy. You will never be disappointed. And trust me, you would love it every day. Now, let's move on into them. As in the areas that I've chosen, like I said, like 10 pertinent areas within the organization of the event, and we are good to go. Now, let's start with the preparation and the booking of the Independence venue. Because of our previous stories at the Accra Sports Stadium, anytime we have to book a venue, we always make sure that we are getting to the right places and the right sources so that nobody will do shakara this time. So within a short time, in fact, it was in the month of October when this idea dropped from Shatta Wale, our boss, our CEO, where he said, Charlie, after the Yoko Wahala, I wanted to do something for the people, but looks like I could not do it. So if I still want to do it, then it has to be on my birthday, which we know was about just some weeks or some days ahead of us. He said, Charlie, then let's do it. Let's try get the Independence Square and get it. So I remember Shatta even made a post And the post, he said that, guys, I'm thinking about some birthday party for the fans, either at the Accra Sports Stadium or at the Independence Square. That was how it all started. The first one started like a question of a sort. What do you guys think about it? And come see the fans. Everybody was enthused. Everybody was excited about it. Within that time, I remember receiving a call from the Accra Sports Stadium. My name is so and so. I've seen your boss post that he wants to do his birthday party and that he's looking at the Accra Sports Stadium or the Independence Square. But we are the Accra Sports Stadium. We want to partner with you guys. So if your mind day, we to our mind day. I remember I laughed like that. I said, oh, auntie, of course, the woman called. I said, oh, auntie, unfortunately, we've started negotiations with the Independence Square already. So it's unfortunate we cannot come. I said, well, okay, then let's try another time. Then he asked that, will you guys be coming in December? I said, well, as of the time you are talking to me, I'm not too sure, but never say never. Let's see what will happen in the near future. And that was how that conversation ended. And we continue with our booking at the Independence Square. Yes, so indeed, negotiations for the Independence Square booking continued. And interestingly, over there too, there were some little challenges here and there. Our God is good all the time. Shatta movement, our God is good. Trust me, our God is good. Because when we went to Independence Square first, we also had the challenge of another person having, or another group having the square. That is the Aglo Women's Fellowship. You know, they do monthly prayers for Ghana. Every month, I think their date is second Saturday of the month. Every second Saturday of the month, they do prayers for Ghana. And their center is Independence Square. Like, they don't negotiate it. That is their center. So when we went there and we wanted 18th, once again, they were there. So what do? Then the people at the booking office, and I want to say thank you so much to Auntie Juliana, Auntie Josephine, as well as Sir George. I want to say thank you to them. In fact, they have been very cooperative. They have been very patient with us, and they supported us a lot, because the back and forth that I did to their office days before the event, you marvel, their calls, because even as of the show was on Saturday, when you want to book the Independence Square, you write a letter to the booking. I think they are called State House. Yeah, I think State House. You have to write a letter to State House. State House will make the reference of the letter to Jubilee House. Jubilee House will bring the approval before you can do the event. You understand? Back and forth. They advised us, okay, fine. If you guys want to do the same day as Aglo, then you have to go and have a meeting with them. Let them know the dimensions of your stage, and if they are comfortable, they also take a different dimension of the stage, and they will do their prayers for you guys to also comfortably do your show. Once again, that one alone took about a week to meet them, because when they gave me a contact to reach out to the person, they told me that, they are going on a retreat. I'm sure before the prayers, like Christians do, they go and also recharge before they will come and pray. So when I called first, I was told one auntie part or so. I was told they've gone to retreat, and that it will take a week before they come. And when they come before, they'll be willing to meet us. Around that same time, sure, that was when we went to Sarkodie's Rapaulik in Kumasi. So we were waiting. And finally, they came. So the week before the event week, that was when, I think it was on a Tuesday morning, I went to the Independence Square with George, our GM at Shatta Movement. And when we went there, we met with the Ogboro Ankasa, that is the Chief Executive Officer of the Aglo Women's Fellowship, Madam Gifty Afenyidazi. In fact, a stateswoman, one with authority, that when she said she is not going to allow any partnership on that square, there was nothing we could do. But thank God, God's grace, when we met with the woman one Tuesday at 9 a.m. when we came from Rapaulik, the next morning we were there. We met with the woman, and thank God, we explained to her what we wanted to do. In fact, that time we even gave a different name to her about the event. Later on the day, Shatta himself thought twice, okay, let's change the name a little bit so it will be one that can be universal and for everybody as well. Should I share? Should I not share? Okay, another time. So then the woman agreed. Then we did the cross. Thank God, because they agreed that okay, if you want to do our setup in front of the ark, they have agreed. After all, we are just coming for one day, so they will go and do it at the right hand side when you enter the square. And we agreed. They gave us a demarcation that place there, we shouldn't attempt to do anything at all there. We can't. In fact, there is no conversation there. Don't try to touch there. I say, okay, no problem. And again, there was another condition. Because they will be praying on Saturday and we will also be doing our setup. On the morning, that is the 18th of October, between 6 a.m. and 12 p.m., they don't want to hear Pepe. They don't want to hear Fifim. They don't want to. Nothing at all. They don't want to hear anything. So, that was also agreed, because that was the terms and conditions, TNC. That was the TNC that we were given. So we will do their setup. Demarcations are clearly drawn on the grounds. This place is for us. That place is for Aglo. So those who came there on Friday and those who came there on Saturday earlier, you might have seen some tents there. It was for Aglo. And that was the agreement, that from 6 a.m. on Saturday to 12 p.m., no noise, no setup, no capital, nothing, no sound check, nothing. Did we have a choice? No, because they were there earlier, and we agreed. So once again, we were waiting for approval. So, it was after that agreement was reached between us, Shatta Movement and Aglo, before now the State House guys were sending our letter to Jubilee House for approval. So imagine that last week, the week before the event week, it was a Tuesday. Now our things should go for us to get approval early to be able to start setup. Tuesday approval is coming, no. Wednesday approval is coming, no. Thursday approval is coming, no. Friday approval is coming, no. Then I started getting headache. Hey! Another issue with event hall or event venue. What are we going to do? Because we had also agreed that on Wednesday we should start loading into start setup. And such a venue is state owned. In fact, national security occupied. The Independence Square is, in fact, national security zone. So you dare not just do anything. So imagine if we don't get the approval, how do we go in? Calls left, right, and center, calling here. Oh, shouts to Baba Sadiq. Baba Sadiq has also been good to me, because at a point I realized, Charlie, I need to call some people who are closer to some of these NDC bigwigs, because of course it's their time. I called Baba Sadiq, said, okay, give me some time. He placed some 1 or 2 calls to into the Jubilee House. And you know how it is. He called me, but Sammy, no problem. Tomorrow it will come. So Monday, it was still not in. It was Tuesday morning that when I called Auntie Juliana, then she told me that your approval has come. Oh my God, I started dancing. In fact, I remember on our page, that is our Shatta Movement page where we were doing the thing, I just wanted to put some dancing emoji there because, hey, if I had not gotten it, how would they load in? So management mobilized money for me, and I went to pay. In fact, the moment I got that same day, I went to pay, got the banker's draft. But then you have to go and do banker. So that's when the woman called me that the approval has come now. I moved car to the office, the State House office. I got all the things that were supposed to be gathered. I was supposed to go do banker's draft, go and pay at Osu Castle, because that's where I do the payment. I had to go to Osu Castle to go do payment. Went to my bank to do the banker's draft. I went to the office. So that same day, I paid everything, got all my receipts. Then once again, I did the cross. We are good, at least no issue with event venue. Then we are good. I said with all the main people that I was doing the rounds with. like Solash, Juade, and Julio as well. We were good. So I told them now, in terms of event, we are good. In event venue, we are good. Now, we had to settle because I didn't want, because that place is a security zone. When they ask you some questions and you are not able to answer, now, issue. So the same day, once again, management mobilized money. Charlie, go and sort out police, fire service, ambulance. One same day, I was coming the whole of Accra. Go here meeting, go here letter, go here meeting. Once again, police, fire service, everything was done, and we were good for Charter House to be able to load in to come do their thing. The preparation, how to acquire the venue within that short time. Hey, because that Independence Club there, almost every day, the place is booked. In fact, then let me tell you one drama. Thank God I will not forget. You know, once we were there was also another team. Some guys, they want to do some bike event. Not knowing, they also had some agreement be long time ago be that they were supposed to come and finish. But you know, over there, the diplomacy and the in and out, if you are not careful, you will put it aside. So they also came to have that conversation, and I'm sure they put it aside until when they saw Shatta put out our flyer first. Then they realized, they did that because they told them that, okay, if you guys also want to do your bikers event, wait till Aglo is done. So when Aglo is done on Sunday, you can do your event. I think it was around the same time they saw that, we have also posted a flyer, and to the same day, hey, come and see another war. Anytime I go to the State House to go do meetings, these guys are there. They are almost beating the guys at the State House. In fact, there was one day that we went to the venue to do recce, and the guys called the State House, but I said, well, we were there, and they came. So initially, they agreed that, okay, if the place has been given to us, then they are begging us that when we finish, we should tear down early so they do their event. But I'm sure someone advised them that, hey, you want to do your event after Shatta Wale's birthday party at the Independence Square, you want them to tear. Now, even if you can pay bow, if you pay a bow, you can beat me. So later, one morning, I think when I was going to pay the final thing at the State House, that was when they came there, and they met me again. I think that day I went with Roland, and when they met us, okay, now new meeting, they want to change their date to 16th, and because Shatta is their brother, and they don't want to come and put any rush on him, blah blah blah. I said, well, it is good for them, it is good for us as well, because of course, look at the time Shatta closed the show, 7:40 something. Are you now coming to tear down? If you look at the CM no kasem the call Independence cafe na omo pray then cafe na overtry event nana, but God saved them and God saved us. So that was how preparation was done. It was good but full of experience. Without this, they make me learn. After all, they helped me to get contact here and there, and running around like that, oh, it is my talent. At least I know how to talk to these people to get some of these things done. Unless no one means any mischief. Like it happened with the stadium people. The stadium, they meant mischief. Because there was someone there who wanted to just cause mayhem, and the person achieved. But the people at the Independence Square, they were clean-hearted. In fact, Madame Juliana would tell me, Sammy, me too, I'm a Shatta movement. Me too, I'm Shatta movement. So anything involved me, I said, well, thank you so much, Madam. So, Madam, if you happen to watch this, on behalf of Shatta Wale, the Shatta Movement Empire, we are grateful for your support. Now, let's talk about publicity media during this 13 days of preparation. Of course, you cannot underestimate Shatta Wale's media strength when it comes to online. Shatta used his strength online to be posting most of the activities that we did. So the first flyer, official flyer proof, was put out and conversation started. There was even a guy who made a video and said Shatta Wale's show flop. I don't know if you guys came across it. I think he lives abroad. He did a video. I think he was in his car or something. Shatta Wale has made a mistake. How can you do a birthday party within just this short time? The show will flop. He is warning Shatta Wale. Shatta Wale is going to record disgrace. Maybe you might have come across that video. The guy was online. And because to him, the birthday party was the time, the preparation was too short, and that it was going to flop. That is the plan of man. He didn't know the plan of God. God had different plans for Shatta Wale and the team. And to me, I want to say that they were all part of the publicity. In fact, let me also seize this opportunity to say thank you to some media houses. There were other platforms who gave us slots to come and talk about it. In fact, on my side, I'll give shouts to Onia FM, Kesben FM. Where else did I go for an interview, Ethio? I think it was one Saturday I did some marathon. Asasipa. Yes. One Saturday I did some marathon interviews, be like that. Started from Onia, went to Asasipa, and went to Kesben as well. In fact, that night I was supposed to even go to Seliman's program. Hey, big shouts to Ray Ankara and the rest of the boys, Montes. I was waiting with them somewhere. We had some corner taking 1 and 2, and I told them, "Oh, I'll be this evening. I want to go to Sally's program and tell her that Shatta is inviting you to his party." But unfortunately, it did not happen, so we could not go. So yes, I want to say thanks to these platforms. And Shatta himself also went to Joy Prime with George Quay on the Prime Time program. That also did some good work for us. So to all these platforms, we want to appreciate you. But there were other platforms that we did not appear on. But they voluntarily also made noise about the show. Let me say big shouts to her. At least I heard her on several occasions talking about the show on her platform. And a good number of them, some of them I will not be able to mention. Some of them were running LPMs. Oh, let me also say big shouts to Gary Smith. Yes, Gary R. Smith. Oh, yes, Gary Smith. Of Spotty FM and Spotty TV. He also did well. In fact, he was running LPMs. At a point, he even called me that, Sammy, Charlie, what should I do in terms of publicity? Do you guys have some jingle or something that we can play? Don't worry, we are going to play to support this. And said, Charlie, no jingle, but if you can let the guys run some live presenter mentions, aka LPMs for us, we'll be glad. They said, no problem, it will be done. So I remember on the day, I even called Gary and I gave him some VIP tickets to come and have some fun as well. So yes, we actually did. And the publicity was on. Thanks to Shatta Movement, online content creators, fans, bloggers, they also took charge. You pass here, Shattafest. You pass there, Shattafest. You go here, Shattafest. In fact, everywhere you go, Shattafest was being discussed. So within 13 days, I don't know what is it with Shatta in 13 days. It's the same way when he was doing the 360 event at the Accra Sports Stadium. Same way, within 13 days, the show was organized. I remember at that time I was working at CTV. He came there for an interview once. Just once with Medical. He came there for an interview once with Medical, and once again, that was also executed. And I want to say big shouts to his God. In fact, his God is really big. So in the area of publicity, that was how it was done. We want to appreciate everybody who was part of this drive, because without you, we would not be able to do it alone. In fact, even whether we added 1% to it, we still want to appreciate the individuals, groups, companies, entities, those who are added to it. We want to say, God bless you all. Now, let's move on to my third point, which will be about setting up and getting the structure ready for the show. Once again, I remember some day Gideon Brady from Virginia called on the show and said, Sammy, looking at the space that you are going to do the show, why don't we do a secular stage? And on the moment he said, I cut him, because I said, how did he get the idea of what we were going to do? But technically, we were sure going to have some challenges because of the venue. The venue is closer to the sea, waves, wind here and there. So technically, we were advised that if you do that, we were surely going to have issues with sound. So let's tweak it. And once again, we tweaked it, and we got a beautiful stage like what you guys saw. So setup also started. They started loading in around Tuesday. Yeah, so Tuesday. So from Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, there, almost every day I was at the Independence Square. I think it was until Thursday, right, Theo? That was when I moved out of the office and I said, okay, The first day, I had to go sleep at Osu, Sun City Hotel, so that I could be closer to the venue to do to and fro. And then on Friday, Saturday, I told you Shatta checked us in at the Kempinski Hotel for us to continue with the work. So from Thursday there, I left home to go and chase bread. From back to back, you wake up 6. Charlie, sometimes I don't feel like eating. You wake up, you're in the car going to the square to make sure all is well. And let me also say big shout outs to Chatter House. In fact, at the point, I was giving them pressure. I remember after the event, when they finished doing the setup, Roland, there is one Roland at Chatter, he called me and said, Charlie, you see, we are done. When we were not done, we saw how you were posting stuff in the group, because we had a group with them. We saw how you were posting stuff in the group that setup is delaying and all. They were not cool with it, but they wanted to also not say much, because it would be like back and forth. They say, okay, Charlie, it was not my fault. There was pressure on me because the time slot, and we didn't want delays, knowing that Saturday we wouldn't be able to adapt to the setup. So we only had few minutes or few hours to do this. So if it was not in a good taste, we were sorry. But once again, we want to say big shouts to them. When we were in haste, they were like calm. Something when you've done something over and over and okay, you could achieve it. They were calm and they said, oh, it will be done. So those who were bringing in barricades, they were bringing in those who were bringing in sound. Big shouts to Rhythm Africa, that is Frankie. Later, he came to the rescue after we realized the technicalities and all. But Chatter House still did their setup, and everything was done beautifully. Yes, everything was done beautifully. And I must say, big shouts to all the people who handled the technicalities. It was good, but on the day, so many things happen, and I'm talking about the event day, and we'll be talking about that. Now, let me go on to the fourth point I want to talk about. That is support from people. In fact, our biggest support came from Momo from MTN. Our biggest support came from Momo from MTN. And we want to say thank you to them, Alfred and his team. Yesterday, we went to the Momo office to meet their CEO. He says we should just simply call him Shaibu. And when we met him, he also welcomed us, welcomed Shatta, and thanked him for what he had done for Momo. And again, Shatta also thanked him for what they have also done for him. And Shatta proposed some future events and future activities that he would want to do with them. Of course, they were happy, they welcomed most of the things, but there was one big one in there that we pray it manifests ASAP. And when it manifests, we'll tell you guys about it. That was one of Shatta's main requests to the CEO of Momo. So we are praying that it happens, and it will happen as well. We are so upbeat. We are so sure that it will happen. So you guys should just wait for that announcement. That one will break Africa. Well, so support came from different sources. Let me say shout outs from after Momo. I'll say shout outs to Casa Preko as well. Casa Preko also decided, knowing the number of people who were going to turn up, they promised us water, they promised us drinks, and of course some cash as well to support the organization. And once again, we want to say thank you to them as well. And there are other supporters. Let me say Hot Wave Africa. They were the phone dealers, the phone manufacturers. They also came on board. So if you remember, around that time, Shatta was sharing phones on live anytime he goes on TikTok. And I heard during the event, Shatta was also sharing some phones. Yeah. That side I did not see. I'll talk about that later. Yes, I heard that during the event, Shatta also shared some phones as well. So yes, they also came on board. In fact, there were some individuals who even called that they want to support Chief Baini. He is a politician. Let me call him like that. One day he mentioned already that he wants to support, and later he got my contact. He spoke with me and said, Charlie, I may not be able to do much, but I'm buying some 10,000 packs of water for people to drink. If the people are thirsty, why not? Come and park your truck and serve them some water. Yes. And I was told they also, in fact, when they came, they called me, but I never saw them. Man was too hot, too wild, so I never saw them. They also gave them some water. We are appreciative of all these people for coming support, because even with all they did, realized people were still suffering. So imagine all of these people who have not come to support it one way or the other. There are other partners as well, and I'm sure maybe in due time we'll be recognizing all of them, and they will surely know that we are appreciative of whatever they did. So in terms of support, we are really grateful to everybody who contributed a penny, a cedi, a dollar in any way to support this Shattafest 2025. We are appreciative and we want to say thank you. Now let's move on to the event day. Show day. Oh no, let me also mention Richard Niamakwe. Sorry about that. Richard Niamakwe, that is the food bank. In fact, I'm still on the support, people who came to support. Yes, let me mention him as well, because after some talks with Shatta and the father, that is Sir Leslie, I think they agreed that they would also come and feed the people. In fact, thousands of people, they will bring food. And on the day it happened, they brought food. Few people were eating, right? You even got, well, my camera guy said he even got his fair share and he had a good time as well. So yes, in fact, that one was for those who came early. Well, if you came from 7, because now month 4, there is a video trend of some small boy. I don't know if you've seen it. Some small boy who went there got his share of the food. I've even seen Mali react to that challenge or adding to that challenge, where the small boy is there. Hopefully, Shatta Wale to Shatta Wale. Tell no news you're Jenna no dream. Also to Shatta Wale no nyanyum. Yeah, but the food. He was particular about the food, and that was what he also came to enjoy. So once again, Richard Niamakwe, big man, thank you so much. We appreciate and we salute you as well. God bless you for your support. And the rest of the people, in fact, a good number of them. There were some individuals, many individuals who also contributed in small ways to support the event. I'm sure when I compile all the lists, one day I'll come here and say shouts to them as well. We appreciate them and we thank them so much. Now, let's move on to the next point. The all-white day. In fact, even before the Saturday, unofficially, the Friday evening, some of the fans gathered at the Independence Square when the setup was ongoing, and at the point, even the managers of the venue were asking me questions that we booked for 1 day, so why does it look like some people are having an event? I said, well, no, it is fans. They are just gathering, getting heated for the next event, not any official event from our side. And that problem was solved, but they were there in their numbers. Some of them even came to perform, and big shouts to Fushket, Shatta Bobby, and the rest of the team, Saviola, Flex K, Jermaine, Shadrach, Mount Crap, and most of you guys. You did well, bringing all the old team members of Shatta movement and all. But Saturday was good. In fact, initially, I remember putting out an announcement that the show will start at 3 p.m. Thank God, I can still hit my chest and say it started at 3 p.m. because, apart from sound delays, because, you know, the Saturday from 6 to 12, you couldn't do anything. So it delayed the finishing of the sound quality a little bit. So with sound, I think sound came on around 4. Yes, sound came on around 4-ish. But 3 p.m., food started being served. That was when I knew that, okay, you started. 3 p.m., you started serving Adriane, a month for Didi, a month for Numbi. Bibia Ekoso, apart from sound. And a month for Didi, Numbi, energy, around 4 p.m., then the sound came. The sound came on MTN wanted to, Momo wanted to do some draw, and in the process, we called the Pentecost Celebrating Ministry, led by Pastor Michael Lai, and I want to, in fact, I've not even called Pastor Michael Lai yet, but I have to call him and say thank you to him. Everything that started in the name of the Lord definitely would end well. And if you are dealing with the Church of Pentecost, it's one of the powerful and most respected churches in Ghana. So definitely, we were not going to get it wrong. The pastor led the prayers and the event started. So when the pastor led the prayers, that was when now Momo could do their thing, because that was how we started. In fact, when the pastor picked the mic, now I said, I saw when you na anya akachi flew. I suffering now catch it, pow, flew, you know. So it was normal. Yes, he started praying and everything was done. MTN, Momo did their thing. Momo from MTN, they did their thing. And at that time, I heard Patapa was backstage. Because, you know, I've told them that I have planned the show, I plan to produce the show in a way. So if you miss it, you are going to suffer. Because I remember at the 360 Freedom Wave concert, I had that issue. So many artists, backlog, baby, Biaba, Charlie, Manenko. I said, okay, this time we have to manage it. Make sure we clear the people so that latest by 10, 11, every artist who is supposed to perform has performed. And Shatta can now come and have the stage to do whatever he wants to do. So, when the pastor finished praying and Momo did their thing, and I heard Pastor Apa say, okay. Yes, Shatta had given the stage for many young talents to come and exhibit their talents, which is good. But at that time, people were scattered. Be Diagro, be Chimboto bikes. So I wanted something to bring them to the stage for the show to continue. And I heard shouts to Abbas. I heard, oh, Patapa was backstage. If Patapa was backstage, yeah, at least among the people there, he is more powerful and influential than him. So bring Patapa and let's go. And Patapa came, mashed up the place, brought everybody together, and the show started. Bam, you're starting. So around 4-5-ish, you're starting show officially. It was on, back to back. Accra Invasion Project artists, they performed. The artists that Shatta blessed with features, I put them on stage, Honey Boy, and when it was 6 p.m., 7 p.m., I saw some underground artists coming. I know at that time, many people are not happy with me. Yes, but I want to say, I'm sorry, but it was to save the show. Because if I don't do it like that, trouble. It was to save the show, because I said, after 6 days, if you are C-listed there, on can't show him. And at that time, a lot of them, in fact, some of them my friends, some of them I know very well, but I had to be steadfast, be on my grounds and say, you can't perform. I know many of them are very mad at me, many of them are very angry at me, but once again, I'm sorry, I warned you. So next time, when we say 3 p.m., be there. 3 p.m., just wait. In fact, those who came early, they had their slots. A good number of up-and-coming artists performed. Baby performing. On the day, I knew we were going to have a lot of challenges on our hand. Because the moment when it was around 6, the place was filled and I was like, hey! And they busy. Because a Bob Bear 6, you started performance, by Bob Bear 6. The next stage now is sharp. Means, hey, man, 6. It doesn't happen. Like, it doesn't happen. It was good we said we were going to start at 3. It doesn't happen. It's like Ghana, oh yeah, event 6. Why am I? That be, oh. Ghana, they are for about, I'm number 12. But this time around 6, not a why the whole square, let's say, the nine, for the people were not in the stands. But square, maybe not square 9, 6. Wow. It wasn't easy. Of course, VIP space was there until some people decided that, hey, you have change what had VIP space can't be there now. I had them the yedding. You move like, it's here, no more brogu. Hey, security had a whole lot of tough time, but still, we give thanks that there wasn't any incident. Unfortunately, because of the heat, some people could not stand it and they were passing out and all. But once again, the ambulance service was on standby. Anytime somebody reported a reported case of someone passing out, ambulance service will be on hand to sort it out. Once again, big shout out to Mr. Aiden and the National Ambulance Service team, Shatta Movement. We really appreciate we really appreciate you guys. You guys helped us. We are very, very grateful. They did it and they did it so well. Not easy. Because in our letters to all these parties, we told them that we are expecting at least between 60,000 and 100,000. That was our estimated number. So when you go through our letters, you see it. Oh, we are expecting within 60,000 to 100,000. Police, same thing. Fire service, same thing. Ambulance, same thing. But then on the day, it became enormous. In fact, those who were standing on the freedom and justice thing, they were able to give us those footages. What? Crazy. One lady said, "We here one angle pay, one angle pay." That lady is crazy. We here one angle pay. You share numbers, no, and the numbers there, we were overwhelmed. At a point when the sound went off and we were going back and forth on the stage, me, I gave up. I'm being honest. At that time, I gave up because I was asking, what are we going to do? Because in your eyes, people are fainting. Now, people were looking for spaces to run. They were not getting anywhere to go to. So, do you know what they were doing? They would jump the stage, walk on the stage to come and pass by stage because ultimately quality. Ultimately quality. Or cancer quality. Or say, or your word. Ultimately the best. Then easy. Shatta Wale, I swear. So that was how. So and I've heard people saying some people stole the monitors. No. Once again, let me correct that. On Kwame Daz's platform, Hit FM, a statement like that was made that a month for a year, your friend is saying monitors, no be real monitors. That be a bra fans no a bar stage in Hosano. You know the rush, the adrenaline. So most of the monitors were removed. Because they were by mistake. They're like, I'm going to tell stage number way. Monitors stage now the course namho. Into pressure. Definitely the cords will be removed. So when it became dangerous that most of the cords were off and they were not getting the solution, the technical people, they came for the monitors because they said how were they going to even trace the cords? In the pembe they go back and later they won't go. His face been home they call. There was no space for them to even go back. So the monitors were just there. So to protect them and the headlights and something like that, moving lights, Headlights. The moving lights, those ones. They were all there, nothing connected to them. Then they say, okay, if that is what will happen, to prevent damage, they organize all those headlights and the moving headlights and the monitors. They organize them to the stage proper. The technical guys did that. So not as if someone stole it. Nobody stole any furniture. So when we were looking at coming back, that was when I announced that, Charlie, please bring the monitors and let's see if we can fix them. And I was talking to the technical people. I was not talking to the fans. But once again, people would want to make an agenda out of it. So that is what happened there. On the day there, it was crazy. And I must say, we thank God that no incident happened. We thank God for all the service providers, security, and everybody who came there to make sure there was law and order. We appreciate you guys. The numbers there, in fact, if I'm to talk about numbers here, it is crazy. Yeah, overflowing. What's his name? Friday morning, Kofi sent me some calculation that he did. And I want to share with you. To him, he wants to suggest that over 300,000 indeed came for this Shattafest. And I want to read that, then we'll go on to the next business. We are talking about the numbers that came. The numbers were crazy, no two ways about that. Crazy numbers. You just couldn't run away from the fact that Charlie Shatta is the guy. He wrote that in response to the ongoing discussions about the crowd size at Shattafest held at the Independence Square, I wish to share a simple mathematical explanation of how the numbers were arrived at. The total land area of the Independence Square is 98,220 square meters. 98,220 square meters. It says during large concert or festivals, when people stand closely together, each person occupies about 0.25 square meters of space. This standard is widely used by event planners and safety experts to estimate crowd density. So based on this, 98,220 divided by 0.25 will be equal to 392,880 people. 392,880 people. So this means that under a tightly packed crowd, the venue could hold about 393,000 people. From these calculations, It is safe to conclude that Shattafest gathered approximately 390,000 attendees at Independence Square. This figure is not speculation or exaggeration. It is based on simple mathematics and standard crowd measurement methods. Facts remains facts, and the numbers speak for themselves. That is my Friday-born Kofi, and he wanted me to confirm that. I said, yes, confirm. It is confirmed. Over 300,000 came. No joke. Now, if you think you can do it, and let's see. This is the envy of politicians. This is the envy of pastors. This is the envy of many people who work with crowd. Only one man, Shatta Wale, has got it. And it was his birthday. Are you expecting the next one? Where would that happen? Maybe on the sea. No traffic be a maso nene egu nene wa bebre no wa dive chom obra no wa dive chom. Well, so the day was good. Shatta performed. Hey, first half, second half, closing at 7 something a.m. was crazy. Big shouts to DJ Veroski for holding it down for Shatta when it matters most. We really appreciate him as well. Now, let me talk about security. Yes, security, they definitely, the number was overwhelming. So definitely security was going to be hectic. But even with that, the fact that we did not have any report of incidents alone means that we managed it well. That is what I'm happy about. Because the numbers that came, definitely they overwhelmed the security. And I'm not sure the team would run away from that. But thank God, they were able to manage it well, that we did not record casualties like 10 people have hurt. No. The heat. And thanks to fire service, when it mattered most, we called fire service. Fire service, just put some water on the people, let them feel cool. And when fire started sprinkling water on the people, come and see. The people were happy, jubilating. I was asking, I'm on your phones now. God, I did not see anybody complaining. In fact, at the point they even wet the stage. The stage was wet. Chop. And people were not complaining. No, hey, I said, hey, they really did it. Remember I told you Saturday show the rain came to save? At a point I was praying for rain. I'm telling you this, honestly. At a point I was saying, oh, it should be kitty betting me up to the light one betting me up to now, and good nipple because obi pins on but other than crack on a check pins on. Hey, it wasn't easy, and this is the love people have for Shatta Wale. They were ready to just die for him. Wow, it was crazy. So yes, the security there, we had challenges, but we thank God we were able to manage it. Now performances. Let me once again say thanks to every other artist who performed. I know on that day I was going to be overwhelmed, being the producer of the show with Robert Clark. I knew I was going to be overwhelmed, but thank God. The artists who came there, most of them felt very respected, because the moment they come, Charlie, are you ready? But I didn't want backlog. Like backstage, you go there and about 10 artists, they are there and everybody is waiting to perform. No, I didn't want that to happen at all. So when you appear, are you ready? Where's your DJ? Are you ready? Where's your pen drive? So all the people came. They did not even spend 10 minutes backstage. The minute we hear, and thanks to Bright Ashcott, big shouts to Bright Ashcott. In fact, he really helped me. In addition with Roland, they really helped me with the production of the event, because they will go to the backstage, check who has arrived, ask the person for his driver, for his pen drive, for his DJ. They will bring him, and I'll make sure, okay, let's go. And thank God, we're able to clear a good number of the performers before the stage even went off. If not so, like when the stage went off, like they'll be waiting. When the stage came back, they would want to perform, and look at how it was going to be like. So we thank God that most of them, they listened to our advice and they heeded to what we told them to do, that Charlie, come early between 6 and 10. You guys are done performing. They came and it was good. I loved it, and I want to say thank you to them as well. Performances were beautiful. In fact, performances were beautiful. If you realized, most of the people performed stage clean, no disturbance on the stage, because we made sure nobody is joining on the stage, not even your camera person. The stage was like, it was clean, like everybody performed, and we thank God it was beautiful. All the people who performed, you saw the excitement. Someone like Kwame Yogurt can't keep quiet. and a good number of them. I can't even mention the names of people who performed. To everybody who performed, you watch them. In fact, Momo who been poaching me. You guys are so dope. Shatta Wale is grateful. And personally, I'm also grateful that at least, though I was in charge of your in and out as the team, my task was to handle media and artists. That was what the team really gave to me. Handle media and artists, and I want to believe I cleared or I checked that box perfectly. I want to say thanks to you guys once again for making it happen. Now, to all supporting artists, there were some whose name were not even there. I remember when I hit Sammy, he said, "Oh, he's likely to travel, but if he doesn't come, if he doesn't go, he'll show up." Oh, I did there now. He sent me a message, Charlie. Contact my PA, Asanka. We are in town. We passed through. I was there. No, I get a call, Charlie. Kim Promise is coming to town. He says you want to come and support. I was there. No, I get a call. Kwame Eugene is. Oh, like now those who are not on bill, I'm not though. You know, initially some flyers were out. A good number of them they were not there. D Black now they were just called. Everybody was just calling. In fact, I even saw Rocky Dauni. Rocky Dauni came with a wife, but I'm not sure he wanted to perform because when I met him and I spoke with him, he didn't talk about it. He was only there to congratulate us. When Shatta was performing, they were on the stage as well. Samini, Sarkodie, Tiny, Jupiter, Charlie. My idea, Moya Mane Efe. In fact, Moya Mane Efe. And we want to say thank you to you guys supporting us. Now, the last person I want to talk about is Shatta Wale himself. Then I'm done. Shatta Wale is blessed, and no two ways about that. Shatta Wale is really, really blessed. Because you see, what Shatta Wale did, I'm sure someone will sit somewhere and think it is easy to do. To plan an event of this magnitude within 13 days. Get enough support from corporate people, from individuals, and from organizations to say, oh, let's support this. Within 13 days, who can you force to take a decision? Sika decision. Hey! And there is you. Within 13 days, who forcing people to take huge financial decisions. It wasn't easy, but the name Shatta Wale did it. Within 13 days, the name Shatta Wale accrued or gathered over 300,000 people within 13 days. Within 13 days, the name Shatta Wale had almost every Ghanaian artist saying, I'm in. How many people did we call? How many? Charlie, the moment, oh, Charlie, Basami, I'll come. Oh, Basami, I'll come. Basami, I'll come. Like, if I say I call some people, I'm not sure we do 5 people. Yeah. There were some few people I reached out to, but I'll come with 5. The rest, everybody reached out. And on the list, on paper, the BA-list artists, like the main artists, there were over 40. Up and coming from the Omon count, AIP for the count, Oma Shatta Wale, Achom Vest, Omon count, mainstream artists like the Kwame You Got Level Patapa coming upwards to the Sammy Sarkodie, they were over 40. And it was just one name, Shatta Wale, that did it. And on the day, yes, unfortunately, I missed most of the performances with the top people. Yes, I missed them. Unfortunately, I missed those performances. So I can't say much about that. But snipers that I've watched, I've seen the Samini, I've seen the Sarkodie, I've seen the Jupiter. I saw the no, when they say he performed, I'm talking about those Shatta performed on the stage. Yes, Tiny, Jupiter, and oh, I even saw Adeself. Prodigal son Adeself. I don't know how he did it. I don't know, when I woke up and I said, hey, Adeself, oh, this made the way I staged this. So I said, wow, that's beautiful. Like, Obia baby. Why that baby? Eh, Obia baby. Do you know there is Ghana music now? Oh, count. So what's the name? I said, what baby I say? Is there? Last minute boy. Oh, last minute called me and actually wanted to come. Me, I'm talking about last minute. In fact, I can even show you. Later, they sent his photo to me for a flyer. But nothing, let me show Charlie. Big shout out to Jeezy when the Shay's road manager at the moment. I'm a friend of Charlie, last minute person bow. I'm Charlie. Oh, they send the flyer, the photo man find a flyer. But I'm sense through because that was Friday. Sat into the Saturdays. I did not add those little. And you know, I said, me pekwa me church abiso. but me just be uncle bound when the chim can buy and cover perform, but if you're not wrong flying into be feeling uncomfortable so ever. Who was not there? Everybody was there. So if you are not there, Ghana music no on kahon. That's bam. Like on kahon. Because headquarters near we went to gather at the headquarters. It was beautiful. Shatta Wale is blessed, and I'm also proud to be a part of his journey. At least to be playing that minute role in his journey. I'm very proud. I'm so happy. To the people, on behalf of Shatta Wale, our boss, on behalf of Shatta movement, we want to say we are grateful. Now, the mind the effect Mama I say a Shattafest no. Shatta pill, on pill, or so twas. Since I had you. Say Shattafest, they say my yama say uphill, on pill, or so twas. Because freedom move or cars better to us, and I'm say because show be more stadium I be and a Shattafest. Now the rush for Shattafest to happen, you guys have no idea. And I trust my Shatta. I trust his business acumen. Definitely Shattafest will continue to be Shattafest. You guys will just watch out for it. Let me also say thanks to our Shatta movement team. It wasn't easy. Before and after, it wasn't easy, but we made it happen. Yeah, it wasn't easy. From Thursday, Friday, Saturday, any day. Na normal in terms of emotions and all. No be normal, but now say you focus near there no. Yeah, and we are good. And run so I did Monday nana Shatta say enko empty and uncle that I friend momo no uncle that see you as a call no koda see you as a fair abibia I kama. And this idea, everything you want to know about Shattafest is what I've told you. And more being drowned, and more being nada, the OPBI and Macano. Be a course, be a beautiful. Nothing bad happened. In fact, this year I make us say, if we have a make Independence Square. I say a point if you are now honor, then easy. But as I talk to you, ask my camera guy Theo, Bastard Boys called me, Bastard me a cleaner. So I want to go and confirm because it was one of the agreement I made event venue for TV. So we are backing me. And me make just a bit clean up so you okay. So me say me there or more extra me. And so I'm going there to check if indeed everything has been done clearly. Then after life can go on. Do you want another Shattafest? Go to the comment section and let me know. After that, the best share near Bonko. My friend is Sammy Flex. This is a very long one, but we have to say it so that you get my mom for my mom fan trono enko. The academy. It be also be here, but at the right time, we will deal with them. We will meet again. Subscribe to us. Let's read your comments as well, and we'll do this again some other time. We're out of here. Bye.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. Green select glucometer. Check it. Check it. Put sugar level for check it. Check it. Check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Ride or drive with Shaxi. Download the Shaxi ride-hailing app and sign up as a driver or rider. Get Shaxi today from the Google Play and Apple App Store today.